Hi there, dear listener. I hope this finds you well. My first depression, can't really remember much of it right now, but I was 13 to 15 somewhere when the depression hit me. It was very difficult. I believe I now have a personal record in freeness from depression. Now it has been around 6 years since my last depression. I had a mostly good childhood, I think. I started talking really early. I said my first word when I was about 7 months old. As a child, I was most likely a hyperactive kid, a bit crazy maybe, and had an early interest in technology of various kinds. My main hobby as a kid was disassembly of old electronic and electromechanical components, equipment, computers, shavers, etc. This was encouraged by the parents. Also, I had a propeller on a shaft that I found joy in spinning, and this was also encouraged by the parents. I did not like school at all. I was assaulted on my first day of ground school. I was pushed to ground by a bigger kid. I got called out as a daydreamer in front of the class by the teacher. I did not like this behavior, so I became distant to school in my childhood. My wonderful mother seems to have taken this extremely well. We have had battles over the vacuum cleaner power control cable during several occasions, me and my beloved mother. Fights over the vacuum cleaner control cable. This was one of the favorites. A white Volvo 745 with home-installed remote starting system.
Vi befinner oss just nu i personalmatsalen. Tiden.
Vad står det? Du vann. 40.
Nu har vi fångat upp polispatrullen här som är på språng och ska äta. För anledning att återkomma till senare.
My pace was quicker when I was younger, for sure I believe. I was diagnosed with having bipolar 2 disorder in 2014, if I remember correctly. Some years later, I was diagnosed with ADHD as well. One example of this was my car exchange rate. I've had over 50 cars and 3 company cars. Times passed, I was feeling mostly good, and I became the CEO of a media production company seated in a Stockholm town called Södertälje. The company is called Mandarin, eller Mandarin på svenska. I became ambitious and started to work a lot. This meant extra cash and a lifestyle of working a lot and also making quite a lot and thus spending a lot. That kind of bipolar behavior was late to be known by public until several years later, when I had a manic episode and decided to move to the magical heaven of England.
Siri, can you please send a text message to David for me?
Let me think. Okay, Eric, here you go.
Come on, Siri, please. Can you send a text message, please, to David?
Which David? David Hasselhoff, David Friedman, David Bergman, David Ostman, or David Angelmar?
Oh, Jesus, Siri, please. You're driving me crazy.
I'm on it.
My first real physical and psychological burnout probably occurred in January of 2012. This was the first year that I can remember when I had a severe craving of not being alive again potentially. During the years, I have heard quite a lot of secrets, and I'm aiming to keep such out of my life in the future. The X7000 home system. I believe a lot in artificial intelligence and tried making some AI research myself. One of the ideas behind the X7000 is to connect many circuits into one, and thus perhaps making it like a bit of an electronic brain. Perhaps like a miniature mainframe computing system, maybe with some hacked AI programs on it. I'm hoping to bring it to life someday. Life has not always been great to me, but I have decided to survive, and for this I'm grateful. There have been more ups than downs, and so far more happiness. Also this I'm grateful for.
I think it can do some pretty fun things.
Look at your life from a third-eye perspective, and you might learn how to respect it. Why do you need to be so hectic? We already electric, yeah. As accounting days we get more divided, only lives who's surviving is the one who keep on striving. Yeah.
In 2015, I came in contact with Maria Halphen, who runs 2 foundations for mental health. We have a great relationship, I feel, and I had the privilege of being the film guy in Switzerland for about 6 months. So I was commuting back and forth between Stockholm and Switzerland for half a year. I think Maria does a very important job of bringing patients to the scientists. Right now Maria lives in Perth, Western Australia. She might get stuck there due to COVID restrictions. We talk quite a lot, and for this I'm grateful. Thank you for not throwing popcorn. Your friend, Erik.
Jag tycker att det är jättefint. Och du kan tycka att allting är riktigt lättare att
Ungefär solrutten.
och det beror alltså på... Och det beror alltså på...
Sommaren då, ja, på sommaren,